Hello there, and welcome. I'm Dr. Michael Adams, a board-certified clinical nutritionist specializing in senior health for over 25 years. Today, I want to share a truth that many older adults overlook. If you keep waking up at night to use the bathroom, it's not just a normal part of aging. In fact, it's often a sign that certain everyday habits are quietly disrupting your sleep and your overall health. Studies show that more than 78% of adults over 60 make one or more small mistakes that lead to waking up multiple times at night. But here's the good news. By simply correcting 5 specific habits, you can dramatically reduce nighttime bathroom, TRIPS, medication, no surgery needed, and finally regain full, uninterrupted sleep. Let's dive into the first mistake that almost everyone makes without realizing it. Part 1. Drinking fluids too close to bedtime. Let me start with a question. Do you find yourself waking up at 1 a.m., then again at 3 a.m., just to pee? And in the morning, you feel foggy, tired, like you barely rested? If so, one of the biggest culprits may be your evening fluid intake. Not how much you drink, but when you drink it. Why fluids in the evening are problematic. Most people assume that as long as they avoid water before bed, they're safe. But in reality, many common foods and drinks contain hidden fluids that your kidneys still have to process. For example, a bowl of soup at dinner, herbal teas after 6 p.m., water-rich fruits like watermelon or cantaloupe, even certain medications. These all contribute to bladder filling at the very time your body should be resting. Real story. Richard, 73, from San Diego. Let me share a case I'll never forget. Richard, a 73-year-old retired finance manager, came to see me utterly exhausted. "Dr. Adams," he said, "I've already cut back on water in the evening, but I'm still waking up 4 or 5 times every night to pee. I'm desperate." After digging deeper, I discovered the problem. Richard was still enjoying a warm bowl of chicken soup every evening, followed by a cup of calming chamomile tea before bed. Combined, these seemingly harmless choices added over 300 milliliters of liquid more than a full glass of water. I guided him through a simple plan. Stop all fluid intake after 6 p.m., not just water. Take medication with the smallest amount of water possible. Keep a small emergency cup by the bed only if truly needed. Within 2 weeks, Richard was only getting up once per night. And after a month, some nights, he slept 6 to 7 hours straight. The science: vasopressin and nighttime urine. Here's what happens inside your body. When you stop fluid intake at the right time, your body naturally boosts production of vasopressin, a hormone that concentrates your urine, slows kidney activity at night, allows your body to rest and recover more deeply. This hormone is especially important after age 60, when your sleep becomes lighter and more fragile. How to fix this? Step by step. Here's my step-by-step recommendation. 1. Set a fluid curfew. If your bedtime is 9 p.m., stop all fluids, including soups, tea, juice, fruit, and popsicles by 6 p.m. 2. Don't rely on thirst. Avoid the trap of drinking just a sip before bed, unless it's absolutely necessary. 3. Use minimal water with medication. Talk to your doctor if you're on medications that increase thirst or require evening doses. 4. Front-load your hydration. Drink more fluids earlier in the day, especially between breakfast and lunch, so your body is well hydrated without overloading your bladder at night. Richard's words. 3 months later, Richard came back with a smile. "I sleep like I did when I was 50. I wake up, rested, full of energy, and I finally feel like myself again. It's hard to believe something so simple made such a huge difference." Part 2. Late dinners and diuretic foods. The hidden trigger of nighttime urination. If you're someone who regularly eats dinner after 7 p.m. or enjoys healthy evening snacks like tomatoes, cucumbers, green tea, or even dark chocolate, there's a high chance these habits are secretly fueling your need to wake up and pee at night. Why your meals affect nighttime bladder activity. Eating dinner too close to bedtime, especially if it includes natural diuretics, forces your body to keep digesting and filtering fluids long after it should be resting. Surprisingly, many nutritious foods contain compounds that stimulate urine production, such as tomatoes, cucumbers, celery, asparagus, green tea, black tea, coffee, dark chocolate, parsley, cilantro, watermelon, alcohol. Even worse, if these are consumed late in the evening, your digestive system hasn't had time to process them fully, and the kidneys keep working throughout the night. filling up your bladder when you're trying to sleep. Real story. Thomas, 68, retired in Tampa, Florida. Let me tell you about Mr. Thomas, a 68-year-old retiree who prided himself on living a health-conscious lifestyle. Every evening, he had a light dinner of tomato salad, cucumber slices, and a cup of green tea to support digestion. But he told me, I'd wake up like clockwork at 1 a.m., 3:30 a.m., and again at 5:30 a.m. I thought it was just old age, but I felt drained all day. I had no energy. When I reviewed his meal schedule, it became clear. He ate dinner at 8:30 p.m., then had a small snack at 9:30 p.m., often with tea and fruit. This gave his body no time to process the fluids and diuretics before bed. His kidneys had no choice but to eliminate them during the night. After making some simple changes, moved dinner up to 6:30 p.m., avoided all diuretic foods after 4 p.m. Within 10 days, he only got up once per night. And after 3 weeks, he slept 6 hours straight without waking up. The science behind it. Biological rhythms and kidney timing. Your body operates on a circadian rhythm, or biological clock. Eating late keeps your digestive system and kidneys working while you're trying to sleep. Diuretic compounds stimulate adrenal activity, increasing urine production. High-sodium foods cause fluid retention during the day, which your body releases at night when you lie down, filling the bladder more quickly. How to adjust your routine effectively. Here's what I typically recommend to my patients. 1. Finish dinner at least 3-4 hours before bedtime. If you sleep at 9 p.m., aim to finish eating by 6 p.m. 2. Avoid diuretics after 4 p.m. Skip tomatoes, cucumbers, tea, coffee, chocolate, wine, asparagus, watermelon. 3. Focus on sleep-friendly foods in the evening. Good choices include chicken, white fish, sweet potatoes, oatmeal, bananas, steamed veggies like broccoli and carrots. 4. If medications require food later in the evening, consult your doctor to adjust timing or choose non-diuretic snacks that won't disrupt your sleep. Mr. Thomas's transformation. I never thought a few slices of cucumber could steal years of good sleep from me. Now I eat earlier, avoid the problem food sand, I sleep like a rock. My wife says I look 10 years younger. Part 3. Just in case bathroom trips before bed. A well-meaning habit that backfires. This may surprise you, but let me say it clearly. The habit of using the bathroom just in case before going to bed, even if you don't feel the urge, can be one of the biggest reasons why older adults keep waking up at night to urinate. Many of my patients are shocked when I tell them this. Really, doctor? I thought that was a good strategy to prevent nighttime trips. It seems logical, but the truth is quite the opposite. Here's why. You're accidentally reprogramming your bladder. The bladder is an extremely trainable organ. It learns from your behavior and adjusts its storage capacity based on how often you empty it. When you go to the bathroom before bed without really needing to, you're gradually teaching your bladder, I don't need to expand much before I empty. Over time, this leads to reduced functional capacity and a false sense of urgency even when there's very little urine. The result? You start waking up multiple times a night, not because your bladder is full, but because it's been conditioned to panic early. Real story. Henry, 74, retired teacher from Seattle. Mr. Henry, a 74-year-old retired school teacher, came to me with this exact issue. He told me, every night I'd go to the bathroom before bed, even when I didn't feel the urge, just to be safe. But I started waking up more often, not less. He had unknowingly created a negative feedback loop, urinating without the real need, teaching the bladder to trigger urgency at lower volumes, which led to disrupted sleep. Sometimes just an hour or two after falling asleep. I introduced Henry to a bladder retraining plan, including only urinating when he truly felt the need, distracting himself with relaxing activities if unsure, tracking his nighttime awakenings. The results? After 2 weeks, he reduced nighttime trips from 4 to 2 UPH. After 1 month, he slept 6 hours straight on many nights. Science, capacity, and false signaling. A healthy adult bladder typically holds 300-500 milliliters of urine before signaling the brain. But when you habitually empty it at just 100-150 ml, the brain begins to interpret this small amount as full, leading to frequent, unnecessary bathroom trips. This doesn't just disturb your sleep, it can also lower confidence in your body's natural signals, lead to anxiety, dependence, and feelings of loss of control. Increase risk of more serious urinary conditions over time. How to retrain your bladder. Here's the plan I often give to older adults. 1. Follow the real need rule. Only use the bathroom before bed if you feel a clear, unmistakable urge. If you're unsure, try reading, listening to soft music, or stretching for 15-20 minutes. Often, the urge disappears. It was just anxiety. 2. Keep a bathroom journal. Log your wake-ups and trips to the bathroom. This helps you track progress and recognize patterns. 3. Don't let fear take control. If you're on diuretics or have incontinence concerns, talk to your doctor about timing adjustments. Avoid diuretic medications or large evening meals that trigger urgency. 4. For people with limited mobility, a bedside commode or urinal may be helpful, but should be used only for real emergencies, not out of routine or fear. Henry's reflection after 1 month. I had no idea I was creating the problem myself. Once I started listening to my body properly, I began sleeping better and worrying less. I feel like I've taken back control. Part 4. Sleeping position and pillow mistakes. The hidden pressure on your bladder. Many people believe that as long as they sleep in a comfortable position, that's enough. But for those over 60, the way you sleep and the pillows you use can silently trigger frequent nighttime urination, even if you're not drinking much water before bed. Why sleeping position affects nighttime bladder signals. When you sleep on your stomach or twist your body awkwardly, you place direct pressure on the lower abdomen and bladder, which can irritate the bladder and send false full signals to the brain even when it's not full. In addition, if you use a pillow that's too high or poorly placed, it can impair circulation. Fluids that built up in your legs during the day are redistributed as you lie down. Your kidneys start filtering more. Increased urine production at night just when you need sleep most. Real story. Frank, 71, former military officer in Denver. Frank spent 30 years in the military, and like many service members, he developed the habit of sleeping on his stomach. He said it helped him fall asleep faster. But in recent years, he was waking up 3 times a night to urinate. I thought it was just age, or maybe my prostate, he told me. I was even considering seeing a urologist, but then I saw something about sleep posture and decided to give it a try. I guided him through a better sleep setup. Sleep on your left side. Use a pillow between your knees to align the spine. Choose a head pillow that's medium firmness and not too high. After just 2 weeks, Frank was only waking up once or twice per night. After 1 month, he was sleeping 6 to 7 hours straight with better back comfort and more mental clarity during the day. The science: circulation, posture, and bladder signaling. Sleeping on your side with aligned posture allows your bladder to rest in a natural, neutral position without external pressure. A pillow between the knees improves venous return from the legs, reducing fluid retention. Less urine needs to be filtered at night. Studies show seniors who adopt optimal sleep posture can reduce nocturia, nighttime urination, by up to 40% and report deeper, more restorative REM sleep. How to fix your sleep posture for better bladder health. 1. Sleep on your left side. This improves circulation and reduces abdominal pressure. Avoid stomach sleeping or twisted positions, which compress the bladder. 2. Use support pillows correctly. Place a pillow between your knees to stabilize the pelvis. Your head pillow should keep your neck neutral, not too high or too soft. 3. If you're not used to side sleeping, start gradually. Shift slightly to one side and use support pillows behind your back. Your body will adjust after a few nights. 4. For joint pain or arthritis, consider orthopedic pillows or supportive mattress pads that help relieve pressure and maintain alignment without discomfort. Frank's reflection: I had no idea that changing the way I sleep could make such a difference. Now I wake up less, my back feels better, and I feel more like myself again. I wish someone had told me this years ago. Part 5. Room temperature, sleepwear, the underrated factors disrupting hormones and causing nighttime urination. In my decades of working with older adults, I've discovered something surprising. Many seniors suffer from chronic nighttime urination without realizing that the true cause may be their bedroom temperature or what they wear to bed. This is one of the most commonly overlooked but easiest to fix trigger signs. You understand how it works. Why does room temperature affect nighttime urination? The human body is naturally designed to lower its core temperature slightly at night. This drop triggers the release of melatonin, the sleep hormone, and vasopressin, the hormone that concentrates urine and reduces nighttime bathroom trips. But when your bedroom is too warm, or you wear heavy, non-breathable sleepwear, your body can't cool down properly, which disrupts hormone production. The result? You produce more urine at night. Your sleep becomes lighter, more fragmented. Real story. Eleanor, 69, retired teacher in Miami, Florida. Eleanor always loved warmth. She told me, "I hate feeling cold, so I always turned off the AC and wore thick pajamas even in the Florida summer." For 5 years, she woke up 4 or 5 times every night to urinate. She thought it was due to age, medications, or even menopause. But after I explained the link between temperature regulation and vasopressin, she made 2 small changes. Kept her bedroom at a steady 20 degrees Celsius, 68 degrees Celsius. Switched to lightweight, breathable cotton pajamas. The results were impressive. You bowed. Within 1 week, she was only getting up twice per night. After 3 weeks, she had nights where she slept straight through until morning. The science. How body cooling boosts sleep and reduces urination. As you fall asleep, your body naturally lowers its internal temperature by about 1–2 degrees Celsius. This subtle drop is crucial. It signals your body to release melatonin for deep sleep, produce vasopressin to slow down urine production. But if your environment is too hot, your body fails to cool down. These vital hormones don't get released properly. You end up with shallow sleep and more frequent urination. How to optimize your sleep environment to reduce nocturia. 1. Maintain your bedroom temperature between 18–20 degrees Celsius, 64–68 degrees Celsius. Use an air conditioner, ceiling fan, or open windows. Avoid stuffy, overheated rooms, especially over 23 degrees Celsius, 73 degrees Celsius. 2. Choose breathable sleepwear. Fabrics like cotton, linen, or bamboo are ideal. Avoid synthetic materials, thick fleece, or anything that traps heat. 3. If you're sensitive to cold, wear multiple light layers rather than one thick garment. This allows you to adjust as needed through the night. 4. If you take medications that affect body temperature, talk to your doctor about how to manage your sleep environment safely. Eleanor's reflection. I never imagined that room temperature could be the reason I was waking up all night. Now I sleep deeply, my blood pressure has improved, and I feel like I've turned back the clock 10 years. Dear viewer, we've just explored together 5 seemingly harmless habits that are, in fact, the main reasons why you keep waking up at night to urinate, disrupting your sleep, draining your energy, and quietly diminishing your quality of life after 60. Let's recap what we've learned. Drinking fluids too close to bedtime makes your kidneys stay active overnight. Late dinners and diuretic foods trigger bladder overload. Just-in-case bathroom trips shrink your bladder capacity and train false urgency. Poor sleep position and pillow choices compress the bladder and affect circulation. Overheated bedrooms and improper sleepwear disrupt hormone regulation. The good news is this: you don't need medication or surgery to solve this problem. With just a few small lifestyle adjustments, you can start sleeping through the night again, naturally and confidently. A little awareness, a little patience, and a willingness to listen to your body, that's all it takes to reclaim deeper sleep, reduce nighttime urination, and wake up each morning feeling renewed. A message from Dr. Michael Adams. My hope is that today's video not only helps you understand the real cause of nocturia, but also empowers you to take back control over your sleep and your health. You don't have to make all the changes at once. Even starting with one small change tonight might make all the difference by tomorrow morning. If this video was helpful for you, please click like to support our work. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss a health insight tailored for older adults. And most importantly, share in the comments below. How many times do you usually wake up at night? What's the first habit you're going to change? I read every comment with care, and I look forward to walking alongside you on your journey to better sleep, better energy, and better living at any age. Until next time, I wish you peaceful, uninterrupted sleep tonight. Dr. Michael Adams.